Hello YouTube, Damo_23 here and welcome back to another episode on the YouTube channel. In today's video, we have obviously got another episode of Better Than Ange Postecoglou, and things are going quite well here at Spurs. The reason that we're here prematurely is because if you look on the screen, we have a nice message from Levy, and I didn't know in real life or on FM he would be this nice of a bloke. With that all being said, give it a like, subscribe to the YouTube channel, of course, and let's get straight into it because I am about to jet off to work. I'm working overtime on a Sunday. I probably should be in my car right now, but this message has popped up. I am pleased to announce that the board have raised the current transfer budget to help achieve a higher position in the league after exceeding expectations. The amount of money available for transfers will now be 141 million, an increase of 102 million on the previous budget. That is correct. As things stand, we have now, in the transfer kitty, have gone from having money to lots of money. We've also just accepted a bid for not 1.2 mil from CSK Moscow. Rejected the one from Ange because they wanted to pay 110k for the next 6 months. No, they only want to pay 28k. So yes, you can go to Russia if you want. Even Perisic. In terms of results, things have been going quite well. One game played. But a change happened in the last game. We started in the five at the back system. We got to half time and things weren't particularly happening. We weren't really having chances. If you look at the match momentum, Data Hub. Sorry, I'm still asleep. I'm only on coffee. Data Hub. Second half, I made a change tactically. And second half, we absolutely dominated Burnley. And I know it's Burnley, but we absolutely dominated Burnley. And if you have a look what we went into, it was a copy of the 4-2. It's the copy of the attacking system, but a 4-2-3-1. And what that means is we can get a Kulusevski on the right, Son on the left. I will say a winger role, Solomon played it after half time, and he looked incredible. So I'm going to try Kulusevski as a winger, because he actually doesn't mind it. They seem to start really wide and then cut inside. It's beautiful in the match engine. But we went a very traditional 4-2-3-1. We dominated the game. We looked very good. We seemed to control the middle of the park, but a very traditional 4-2-3-1 with wingers bombing on, etc. So with that all being said, that's what we went with. With the money that we've got in the club, this episode today is now going to be a bit of planning of who we could buy, and then Liverpool right before the start of the window. So what we're going to do is when I come back home and go live on stream, links down below if you ever want to watch it live, is in this next month, when I'm come back from work and I've started with Newcastle and, etc., we're going to test the 4-2-3-1 against Newcastle, Palace, Luton, Wolves, Brentford. And if we get 4 wins out of 5, only losing to Newcastle and score multiple goals in all those games, including against Newcastle, it's probably the system we're going to continue on, even though I do like the idea of the possession-based 5 at the back, just because it suits us so well. And then we're going to go, give you guys some targets, and we're looking at signing. And if we do go down this route, I think the big thing that we need is a big-name striker, and surely we can lure one in with the money we've got and really turn this team into a side that probably can finish inside the top 4, which may just be better than what Ange can do this year. With that being said, give it a like, subscribe to the YouTube channel. I'll see you guys on the flip side for Liverpool. We'll be right back. YouTube, welcome back. Boyle overcoming. We're about to lose the Luton here. 96th minute. Solomon cuts it, gets it. Solomon! Get out of jail free card. Luton have had 3 shots for 3 goals in this game. Luton have not won a game in the Prem yet, and we've had to come back from 3-1 down. Bit lucky here, but Solomon beats Kaminsky. Give me a highlight from kickoff. I want a winner. I don't know what we're looking for offside. It never went to anybody, but interesting. The only reason I've had 7 shots, 6 goals, we've gone very attacking in a 4-2-4. That is deplorable. 18 shots, 10 on target, 3.35 XG, 63% possession. Have a look at this. Bang, bang, bang. 3 shots on target, 3 shots in total, 3 goals. And we missed a penalty for James Maddison. Far out, man. We are struggling for a tactic here. YouTube. I don't know what we're going to be playing against Liverpool because my head's spinning. Our league season's starting to take a dive, and I really see a world where we finish outside the top 7. And instead of trying to do it better than Ange, we might be out of a job before we have an impact. YouTube, half time, 5 goals. Obviously, I'll show you the goals. when you see the stats, we're being absolutely FM'd by Liverpool. They do not deserve to be 3-2 up here at all. This is ridiculous. But, yeah, I can't believe this. Liverpool have had 4 shots, 3 on target, 0.63 XG. We've dominated this whole half, and we're 3-2 down at half-time. I'll see you guys at the end of the game, but wow, this has been ludicrous. Well, what a roller coaster, YouTube. I wish I could have given you this game as part of the YouTube video too, but we have to focus on the 7-goal thriller that was the London derby. But we did have a 9-goal thriller. We did come back after half-time, and we did win the game of football. 25 shots, placed 6. They didn't really do anything second half. If you have a look at the data hub here quickly of the momentum, second half after the team talk, boop, see you later, Liverpool. And we did very much dominate in the game. Let's go give you the goals here. Brendan Johnson scoring a hat-trick. Maybe you heard we're thinking about bringing in some strikers, and he said, hey, what about me? Anyway, Kulusevski found Pedro Porro down this right-hand side. And in the end, it was a very good ball in, backstick. Heung-min Son pinned himself on Trent, who we know is a liability in the air. And we lead 1-0, which was nice. We then had Romero pick up a ball inside. Found Basuma. Bentancur, great football. Bit lucky it falls back to us, but a good ball, or good idea, I should say. And then we picked on a bad pass. We led 2-1. Game for the ages, you reckon, drop there. I agree. We then conceded out of not much. Liverpool's first attack. Ball inside. McAllister here. Good ball for Darwin Núñez. He doesn't miss much. Took a massive deflection. So a little bit lucky. 2-1. Then found ourselves at 2-2 after this highlight here. Darwin, Robertson, Szoboszlai backstick, McAllister with a good header, 2-2. Great ball in from Szoboszlai, has to be said. And then this goal happened, and you're thinking of the worst when they've had 3 shots, 3 attack, 3 goals. And you're like, really, game? Let me know in the comment section, have you been finding that every time you get in a game against opposition where it's 2 flick-on headers and a goal? That never happens in real life. Do you find that the opposition just scores every chance? Because I'm finding that a lot this year. Anyway, Son finds Udogie into Bentancur. Great ball to Son. Brendan Johnson to me looks offside by a mile. Wasn't given as offside. No VAR lines either. Counts. 3-3. And then this goal here from Maddison. Perfect. Lo Celso played his first game because I needed an extra body. Great one-touch pass. Good finish from Maddison into the side netting. And that put us ahead 4-3. Ball in backstick was cleared away. But this from Sessegnon. Linked up there with Lo Celso again. Good tackle from Darwin. And then in the end, roof of the net with a deflection, but it would have been a great finish anyway. Good from Sessegnon dropping the shoulder. Really proving why we signed him on a new deal to keep him as a backup. And then a penalty that was, I will say, was dubious, was slotted by Johnson to seal the win. A very comfortable display. At the end of this video, we sit 5th, a point behind United. Liverpool have three games in hand on us and a game in hand on City. But City starting to run away with the title. But if you have a look at that, we are 9 points clear of Villa and Bournemouth with a superior goal difference. It is starting to really look like, and especially in the system that just beat Chelsea and Liverpool, we are sneaking away to a top 7 finish and a very good performance, and top 4 could be on the cards. With that also being said, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, that is us done. Next episode is going to be the new signings. I'm thinking we're leaning the way of Gnotto and of Tammy Abraham and maybe a couple of others as well. We'll also look for a game towards the end of the transfer window. Maybe a game against Brentford, who we failed to beat in February. Think to play Chelsea again would be, after only 4 games, might be a little bit whatever. Might be an FA Cup game and give you a cup run. Maybe. Be one of those games, plus whatever happens. And, of course, recap how the boys went on African Cup of Nations and on the Asian Cup. Son's about to leave us. That's not good. Same with Basuma. Same with Papa Matasar. With that being said, though, guys, I'll see you guys next time. Thank you and goodbye. YouTube, welcome back in. Instead of the Liverpool game at home in 3 days' time, I'm going to give you the Boxing Day clash against Chelsea because A, it's Stamford Bridge. B, John Terry's back in charge at Chelsea, which is interesting. And C, they're 16th. And this is obviously one of the big London derby games. So, with that all being said, I know that I support Liverpool and I want to give you guys Liverpool because they slapped us up 3-0. I'm going to give you this Chelsea game, and then at the end, what we're going to do is, at the end of this episode, give you the goals of the Liverpool game because there will be goals in that. So a few things have happened since we've last met. We've been live for 3 hours and 19 minutes, and if my title says a stream build tactic, it means that things haven't gone particularly great, because I've now been building a tactic. So if you ever want to join into the stream, links down below, you could have had your input in what we've built. Now let's touch on what we have done since we last met, which was Arsenal in terms of results. Patchy, but undefeated, is what I'm going to say. We beat Burnley 4-1. As touched on when we did the last part of the video, went 4-2-3-1. We tried the 4-2-3-1 out against Newcastle, we drew 2-2. 2 defensive mistakes for both goals, 2 missed passes. I'm going to show you Longstaff's one in particular, because I'm hoping this is not a thing moving forward in the game, but it's not really the only real time I've seen it, is if we go back an extra 10 seconds, we've tried to play out from the back, we've gone back to our keeper, which is fine here. Van de Ven, being one of the best centre-backs in the league, just decides to leave the ball, even though it went straight past him. I don't understand that. And they score from it. It happened a little bit in that game where we missed a lot of passes. And then against Palace, in the 4-2-3-1, 1-1, dominated, didn't score. We then went back in the 5 at the back against Luton, and you saw the end of that game of us scoring in the 96th minute to rescue a point against one of the worst teams in the league, the worst team in the league. So that prompted me to build the tactic that we see today. And, well, we beat Wolves 2-0. We just drew to Brentford 0-0, but rotating over, we had Chelsea next. With that being said, this is the tactic. It's stream built, so we built this on stream. A positive 4-3-3, which I'm now going to save as the stream built. Stream built 4-3-3 Spurs. Right? And the stream built 4-3-3 Spurs is a system where we did a poll for everything on the screen in terms of, you know, mentality, instructions, player roles, you name it. And it picked out positive, which actually went to a spinning wheel tie break. And we've gone fairly wide, higher tempo, slightly shorter, pass in the space, play out, overlap right and underlap left. Now, there's a reason for this, and be more expressive, no other instructions, which I think is interesting. Get us to give the ball to the distributing playmaker, which for us is Maddison and Bissouma. Bentancur's not bad on the ball, of course, as well. And we're doing everything without the ball. We're getting in people's faces, getting up the field, and really harrowing teams, which is good. In terms of roles, the reason why we've got it set up this way is I've actually got Bissouma with Bentancur and Kulusevski all sitting. And what I mean by that is Bissouma's in this role. I've actually got Bentancur to hold position, even though he scores both goals against Wolves, and Kulusevski to sit narrower and to shoot less often. And the main reason is we've got Pedro Porro, complete wing back on attack, one of our best players, to really get high, wide, as we did in the 5 at the back system. We've seen how good this guy is. Destiny Udogie, by the way, is very, very good inside. I'm actually training him at the moment to be a box-to-box midfielder, because I actually think he could play that role very well. And the reason we've got him inside support is Udogie fills in for Maddison, Son gets to do what he wants coming inside, and the role for Maddison is actually to pick the ball up and run wider and be the widest out the free to really create from a wider position. I think he's perfect in that role when he drifts wide in real life and allows Udogie to come inside and really be involved with these stats, which I think are pretty good. So that's the system that we're using, and the results so far have been a 2-0 win against Wolves in the first game we played, and with a rotated side and trying to limit people's minutes and no Son, we rested Son completely for this game. We did all right. But as you can see here, Son picks it up, finds Udogie, Bentancur hits, Bentley probably should do a little bit better. And then we pick the ball up from deep and built out very nicely. Maddison dropping in, Bentancur touching the Kulusevski, a little lucky. But then this run from Dejan is fantastic. And Kulu does everything. And then the cutback of Dreams, Bentancur, bit deflection, but 2-0. Against Brentford, we played pretty well. We didn't actually have more of the ball, which was odd. But we had 12 shots and next year 1.7. As you can see here, Maddison played wide. Sarr played very poor. Bissouma, Bentancur, Van de Ven all came off. Johnson started. No Son on the bench. And that leads me into my next role is, with the money we've got, which you guys saw at the start of this episode, we need to look at what we need to buy. And if we're committing to this system, it's a striker. Because if you look at this team, Vicario, Porro, Romero, Van de Ven, and Udogie are very good. And Romero, very underrated as a centre-back on defend, is actually elite. And he's wanted by Bayern Munich. I arguably wouldn't sell, but if Bayern gave me 100 mil, I'd probably have to. Right? So that's fine. The midfield three are very good. Bentancur is fantastic in this role. He is elite. He's, very, very good. Madison's Madison as well. Obviously a fantastic player. And Basuma is arguably one of the best in this position in the league at the moment. Kulusevski and Heung-min Son are two of their preferred roles. So straight away, we need a striker. And there's a couple of names I want to rattle off and show you. So first things first is Raspadori at the moment. Raspadori. Damien. There you go. Apologies, guys, for my literacy. Raspadori is wanted for 35 million, and he's not bad. But for what you've seen from us, and especially with how Porro rips the ball with height, I actually want a striker over 6 foot. Preferably over 6'2". And there's one that is on the tip of my tongue that I really like, and that's Tammy Abraham. 22 mil, transfer listed, out for 3 to 7 weeks. He's done his ACL, not played once this season. But for 22 mil, what you get is a player that is a very good Premier League asset, English, so he fills the English quota for Europe, a guy that's physically dominant, and a guy that on complete forward on attack, because I wouldn't go advanced forward in this system, the only reason it's advanced forward is Brennan Johnson has to play up front, a guy that can dribble, finish, pass, header, technique, and has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 15 pluses, with the potential of a couple more things can get there if he develops later, which Tammy might, could be awesome. And at 22 mil, could be a bargain. The other options here with the money we've got, we do have money, we don't have to be frugal, is Ivan Toney comes back from suspension. And we could pick him up, he's wanted by Chelsea at the moment. One of our options. You could go for Beto at Everton, who you might be thinking is a little bit of a weird one. But Beto on paper at 25 is actually outstanding. He's unhappy, he doesn't want to be at Everton either because he's not playing him for whatever reason. Right? So I think he's pretty good. You could also go and get Calvert-Lewin in as well, because Calvert-Lewin, if you want just a bigger boy, is just dominant in the air, and it's probably worth it too. So both Everton strikers is what we want. But lucky last, another option is this guy at Leeds, and I really like him. I know I want bigger strikers, but Gnonto as an advanced forward, as a backup option, is really good. Pace, determination, flair, technique, and great potential, right? And under 23, which the board loves. My thinking right now is we're going to buy Tammy, nurse him to full fitness and be thank you, and in the meantime buy Notto basically straight away, and Notto's going to start while Tammy is coming back. I think that's an option. The second thing we need to do is just look at where we can strengthen the backup team, which is on screen. Forster, Royale, Dyer, Phillips, and Killian, not bad. Eric Dyer, out of all my centre-backs I could sell, to buy a fourth-choice centre-back, I'll probably use Alfie Dorrington for the rest of the season, right? Lo Celso's not played 1 minute, but at the moment it would be Lo Celso. Could be not bad. To be fair, if I sold Dyer, it could be Killian and Sessegnon, for instance, in here. Sar's not bad, he's not annoying me a little bit with lack of training. Skip's a good option. Solomon and Johnson are both very good. Velez is obviously the issue. So if I made that Notto and brought in Tammy and loaned out Velez, it's not a bad backup team. We add a little bit of quality. Someone said about Sesko in the chat. We can have a look at him in a second. My only issue is when you get given 141 million, maybe we should spend it. But you let me know in the comment section, who would you spend it on to improve this first team? If you look at star ratings, it's Udogie, but that's because he's playing inverted wing back, not a wing back role. And I think Udogie, once he develops, is going to be world class. I think if you look at that too, it's Brennan Johnson, but we've obviously just outlined the striker role, so it's not too bad. We'll have a look at Sesko, see what Sesko is. Benjamin Sesko at Leipzig. Just joined Leipzig for 25 million. I don't know if we could price Sesko away, but obviously very good. Not as good as last year though, I feel, but he's still 20. Anyway, let's talk about Chelsea quickly. They're having a woeful year. This is Chelsea at the moment, under Poch. Okay start. They've only won 1 game since October. This is a game we must win. It's easy as that. So let's go into it. Big game. Ben Davies at left back. He's also on his way out. Ben Davies, he wants to leave. He's not playing many minutes. Also, re-signed Sessegnon's deal because I think as being English and a bit younger, he's worth keeping around. So Ben Davies has got a bid here for 22.5 mil from Wolves and could go. Holderberg, by the way, 40 million bid from the Saudi League. See you later, mate, as well. And that's going to free me up a lot of funds to buy. At the moment, we don't need anyone, but if a world-class player became available, I'd probably go that way too. All right, let's go on there. Let's see what we can do. Come on, boys. Not too bad at all. Let's see how Chelsea are lining up at Stamford Bridge. Big game for us. Huge game. Nkuku and Jackson with Cucurella, Sasado, Gallagher, Madueke, Chilwell, Thiago, Chalobah, James, and I would imagine it was as Kepa maybe in goal? Or Sanchez? I'm trying to get a tissue here and I'm butchering this, by the way, boys. Currently 18 games played, only 1 point outside the top 4. Starting to get a little bit of ground away from Bournemouth, which is good. Because I want to stay in this job. But not too bad. It was Sanchez in there. Away we go. Important for you guys to see this system. Pedro Porro still looking front stick corners. Don't get it a good ball in, but Porro wins it back. Maddison knows how to hit him. Back to Basuma. Mickey van der Ven, who was taking corners for us last game out, and I was losing it at my set piece coach. And if you try to take it, it says you want to take control of this. And it's like, no, I just want to change that. Johnson's hit the post. By the way, guys, Brennan Johnson's yet to score for us, which is upsetting because he's actually a really good player in real life. And on FM, he's not bad. Rodrigo Bentancur looks for Porro, loses out. Nkuku in space. Mickey van der Ven, what covering. Good start from us here. 5 shots inside the first 10 minutes, but no goal. Need to make this count. Sanchez goes long. Mickey gets up. Sasado keeps it with Reece James. Good ball down the line, but picked off by Destiny Udogie. Poor ball, but Bentancur wins. Brendan Johnson holds it up. Son now. Needs help. Might need to turn around. Instead, he takes Chilwell down the line and finds Maddison in the area. Maddison cuts it. Son 1-0. What play? Love the 4-4-2. It's not bad, eh, drop there. Yeah, and a few of my chat on stream, links down below, give the episode a like, subscribe to the YouTube channel, saying this is like Chelsea in real life, and pretty much, Maddison, great run, cuts it back. Son, Sanchez with feet probably should do better, but we lead 1-0 at Stamford Bridge, and that's huge. We didn't beat Arsenal, but could we beat Chelsea? Maybe. As things stand, though, not too bad. Basuma looking a little bit legless. So far, limiting Chelsea to nothing at the moment. We've dominated the game. Building up from the back. Vicario whips it. Found Bentancur, giving it away. Gallagher now. Madueke, big moment. Wow. 1 attack, 1 chance, 1 goal. Sure. This has been our issue a lot this year, is we just keep conceding to every attack. It's not fun. One attack, 1 ball, 1 shot, 1 goal. Make a save, Vicario, in your stick. Look at that, boys. 2 shots, 1. Johnson again. Goes back to Romero. Bentancur. Johnson. Porro. Pedro. Sarr. Oh, Sanchez, what a save. Or Son, I should say, not Sarr. Should have probably been 2-1. Kulu to whip. Should have been 2-1. We've dominated this and we're not winning. 8 shots, 2. Kulu again. Pedro Porro. Romero. Easy pass inside to Bentancur. Very well done. Good ball to Brennan Johnson. Great run from Maddison. Wasn't out to flick him. Son, Maddison. Brennan Johnson's yet to score for us. Finally, Brennan Johnson. He's had 3 goals ruled out for offside this year. His first goal comes in the London derby against Chelsea. We lead 2-1 now at Stamford Bridge. Brennan Johnson, Udogie in a great area. Son finds Maddison. Great ball through from Maddo. And lifts it over Sanchez. And there we go, boys. Udogie goes to Pedro Porro. Great touch. Sold whoever that was for a hot dog. Cleared. Only as far as Cucurella. Maddison wins. Kulusevski on his left foot. Deflected it in. We're 3-1 up now. And at Stamford Bridge, Chelsea could get relegated. If Chelsea got relegated, I'm telling you right now, I would save the save point and do a save with Chelsea and rebuild them. Good from Kulusevski. And Kulu's deflected efforts through Sanchez. We lead 3-1. Set piece, Gallagher. Cucurella. Good touch. Cuts it. Oh my God. We're not going to win this game out of stupidity, aren't we? Bentancur deflection. I don't know what Vicario's doing. And 3-2. Any danger of actually just getting down there, Vicario? Wow. What is going on here? 3-2 have absolutely dominated. This game should just be 3-0 dead and buried. See you later. And they're still in the game. They're still in the game. Chelsea. Johnson, Udogie, Bentancur. Don't think we've done much wrong to concede either. Good ball back stick. Doesn't get one. Pedro Porro now. Ball in. Son doesn't win. Udogie knocks it back. Son again. Bentancur drives wide. Still got Udogie back here. Son. This time he whips. Dejan Kulusevski doesn't win. Good pressure from us. This is also why I want a bigger striker. A lot of the balls in the match seem to be very well whipped high. Johnson. Son looked onside. Big moment. Great save from Sanchez. We have dominated Chelsea. This should be 4-5-0. Instead, it's 3-2 because they've scored 2 stupid goals out of nothing. And it seems to be happening a lot to us this year. Romero, 4-2. What a ball from Kulu. Romero heads home. 4-2 up now. At being 4-2, and we've conceded a few, I'm actually going to get us to start time wasting early. Five-two, beautiful. There we are. Got a text message there. Apologies. Here we go, boys. That was a good goal here from Son. Need to remember that this is a YouTube video. I could have checked that after this video. Apologies, guys. Anyway, Udogie. Brennan Johnson. Great run from Son. Great ball from Brennan Johnson. And a great finish too. Sanchez actually got hands to it. 5-2 up here. With that being said, Basuma's going to come off. Olivia skip. Like for like. Destiny Udogie for Madison, who's going to go into that box-to-box midfielder role that I've been training him in. Killian's learning this role. I think Heung-min Song here for Ryan Sessegnon and just get Sessegnon as a winger on support. And I think Solomon on for Kulusevski as well. And I think Emerson Royal for Porro. Mainly making these transfers, these substitutions, knowing we've got Liverpool next as well. 2 days till Liverpool get these important players off the park. 5-2, we should be home and hosed here. Chelsea look horrid. Reece James, Madueke, conceding from kickoff. Well done, Vicario, he makes a save. $70 minutes played. Solomon. Headed by Romero. Good save. Mickey. Oh, double save from Sanchez. Great double save there from the Chelsea keeper to keep it respectable, you would say. But as things stand, outside the silly little moments, for Vicario, I don't know what you were doing there, but interesting. Lavia, Gallagher. Outside the silly little moments, we've dominated this game. Reece James. Inside of Lavia. Madueke. Good ball in. Big miss from David Washington. And we're also going to get us up to a frequent time wasting. Get rid of this game. Very, very happy we gave you this one, huh, YouTube? Very happy. Solomon gets injured, of course he does. Hopefully not long term here. If it's long term, we can buy a backup winger. 7 minutes of added time and even 10 men. This would be cruel to concede 3 goals in 7 minutes with an injury. The only reason you're down to 10 men is an injury. They've hit the bar mercifully. Should be fine now. Another highlight. Things getting a little bit nervy if they score. Anyway, we get the ball back. 1 against 3 here. Good pass on in. Sessegnon's quick. On his bike. Numbers inside. Does he go for goal himself? Holds it up. Cuts it to no one. Interesting. That he butchered that as much as he could have butchered it. Benton Core wasn't far. Sessegnon could have played a pass. He could have went for goal on his left foot because he's left-footed. And in the end, he did nothing. As things stand, though, we've absolutely dominated Chelsea. And in a 7-goal thriller, the new tactic, the stream-built tactic, has beaten Chelsea at Stamford Bridge 5-2. John Terry's going to get Chelsea sacked. There we go, boys. Big win for us in terms of European football. And a big win in terms of everything else. But that is superb, boys. Very happy with that. That is superb. Surely the fans are over the moon with that as well, right? Supporters love that we were better than that and qualified for the Champions League. It was brilliant. Thought we were exceptional there. Solomon's out for 3 to 4 weeks. That's not that bad. Johnson ends his goal drought. Well done, Brennan Johnson, because he is learning. I think we're training to be an inside forward on the left-hand side, though, which is good, because I think that's his role. And there we are, lads. That puts us in 4th. Couple points ahead of United, who have a game in hand. Same with Newcastle have a game in hand. But we're starting to get 10 points clear of Bournemouth. And as long as we finish top 7, we'll still have a job next year. With that being said, though, guys, I'm going to be back in a second to recap the end result against Liverpool in 3 days' time on the 29th. As well with that, I'll see you guys in a second. Give the episode a like. Do subscribe to the YouTube channel. We'll be back just to give you the recap.